Okay, hello. Today's lesson is going to be lesson 3. In term 2, the topic is going to be about money, the second part. Right, let's go through all the notes first. Okay, the content, what we are going to learn today is that we are going to learn about word problem involving money. The first part is going to be the part whole model. And then we are going to learn about comparison model. The third one is going to be stacking model. So we are going to discover all these three different kind of model. Let's go through one by one. The first one, part whole model. Money can be added and subtracted the same way as we add and subtract whole numbers. Okay, the part whole model can be used to solve word problem involving money. Alright, here are the first example. Jenny bought some oranges at a supermarket. If she gave $50 to the cashier and received $35 in change, how much did she spend on the oranges? Okay, some of you might know the answer straight away without doing any working, but it's okay if we can go through line by line, sentence by sentence. Okay, so the first part over here, if she gave $50 to the cashier, so let's just draw a rectangular box and then label it as $50. Okay, the second part is that we are going to read the second part and receive $35 in change. So we are going to cut it here and then label this part as the change, $35. So label this part as the oranges. Okay, so we need to know how much is the oranges. That's the question that we are looking for. So make sure you draw and label it accordingly. So this is the part that we are supposed to look for. So the working is going to be 50 minus 35. The answer is going to be $15. So there you have it. All right. Another example. John has three $10 notes, four $5 notes, and five 20-cent coin. How much money does he have? Okay. So let's read the line by line. Okay. Three $10 notes, four $5 notes, and five 20-cent coin. So let's just draw it first. Okay, three $10 notes, four $5 notes, and five 20-cent coin. And then they are asking how much money does he have. So let's just add or multiply all together. We got 30 over here, 20 and 1. And then the last part, we just need to sum it up. 30 plus 20 plus 1 is going to be $51. Very easy, right? Okay, let's try it out. Okay, the first question over here. Joyce spent $225 on a necklace and a pair of shoes. Okay, if the necklace cost $186, how much would the pair of shoes cost? Okay, all right. The first sentence over here, we just draw a huge rectangular box. We don't know which one costs more or less, but let's just label it here, necklace and shoes. Both combined together is going to be 225. Okay, but on the second sentence, it already stated that if the necklace costs 186, so let's just label it here on our model drawing. Okay, so 186 is here. The question asks us, how much would the pair of shoes cost? So this one, we need to draw the question mark. So what do we need to do? Yes, exactly. We just need to minus 225 minus 186 is going to be equal to $39. That's the answer for this question. All right. Next question. Anita, Betty, and Cindy had $124.50, $357.55, and $719.95 respectively. So this one belongs to Anita, this one belongs to Betty, Cindy is this one. The question asks how much money did they have all together. So it's very straightforward. We just draw the label accordingly, and the question asks us how much money did they have all together. So let's just draw the bracket and question mark over here. What do we need to do? Yes, we just need to add all together. Okay, make sure you add accordingly. Okay, since this we are learning about money, make sure to put the decimal at the correct placing. Okay, just add all one by one. If you have carried over, make sure you write down the working properly. So this is only one part, and then we are going to continue to add the second part. So the answer is going to be they all three of them is going to have $1,202 altogether. Okay, very easy. Next question. Janet withdrew $96 to put in red packets to give away for Chinese New Year. CNY. Okay, she put $8 in each red packet. How many red packets did she have altogether? Okay, So she had $96. So that's the first line. Let's draw a big rectangular box, $96. And then on the second line, it says she put $8 in each red packet. So $8 one packet, $8 another packet, and then $8 another packet. But we don't know how much packet because that is the question that we are looking for. So what do we need to do? We just need to divide. Yes, 96 divided by 8, we are going to get 12. It means that she is going to have 12 red packets altogether, right? So here comes the second part, which is the comparison model. Alright, comparison model is used when an amount of money is expressed in comparison with another amount of money. For example, the cost of a guitar is $299.50, while the cost of violin is $250 more than that of a guitar. So they are asking how much does a violin cost? The second part, what is the total cost of a guitar and a violin? So what do we need to do here? First, let's read the sentence. The first sentence, just draw one rectangular box, label it as guitar. It's going to be $299.50. And then the second sentence, we must draw from the same starting point. Let's just draw the same box but extend it further because the cost of violin is going to be 250 more than the guitar. So label this part over here 250 more from the guitar. Okay, how are we going to find the cost of a violin? Very good, just add both together. Okay, so $299.50, just add with the 250, you're going to get $549.50. So that is the cost for the violin. Next, we need to answer the second part. What is the total cost of both guitar and the violin? So once we know the violin cost, just add with the guitar cost. 299.50 plus 549.50 is going to be $849. Alright. Next question. Ivan saved $260 and Jakey saved twice as much money as Ken. Okay, if they save a total of $512, how much did Ken save? Okay, over here, we can notice that we have three characters here, Ivan, Jackie, and Ken. So let's just draw one by one. Ivan is 260. The second part is Jackie saved twice as money as Ken. So this is Jackie, twice as many as Ken. So make sure all of this is being drawn properly and accordingly. And next part, if they save a total of 512. So let's draw a bracket here, 512. They are asking how much did Ken save. Ken is over here. Okay, so what should we need to do? What do we need to do? Alright, very good. First, we need to make sure we know what is this 3 box. 3 unit here equals to what number? So 512, we need to minus with 260. We need to exclude Ivan here, 260. So we are going to get 252. 252 is equals to the 3 unit here. For Jackie, 2 units, and for Ken, 1 unit. Since now we know 252 is going to be equal to 3, how are we going to find for Ken? Very good. Just divide by 3. 252 divided by 3, we are going to get $84. So Ken save $84. Alright, Joseph bought a computer for $2,985 and a digital camera for $758.80. Okay, how much more money did he pay for the computer than the digital camera? So when you have this kind of question, you need to make sure you know how to use the model drawing comparing two objects. Okay, so the first line, computer for 2985. So let's just draw a rectangular box, 2985, and then label it as computer. The second part is the digital camera for 758.80. So you need to make sure you know 758 is smaller than 2985. Okay, so let's just draw a smaller box like that. Okay, how much more money did he pay for the computer than the digital camera? By reading this line here, we know that we need to find the difference between the computer and the digital camera. So let's just label the question mark over here. What do we need to do? Yes, we just need to find the difference. Okay, make sure you put the decimal correctly and then cancel out. If you need to borrow from the tens, just carry over. Okay, Alright, the answer is going to be $2,226.20, which is more for the computer than the digital camera. Right. Next one, question B. Amy had twice as much money as Ben. Cindy had $128 more than Amy. If they had a total of $863, how much money did Amy have? Okay, so let's notice here, we have Amy, Ben, and Cindy. So three characters here. So what do we need to do? Yes, we need to draw the model. Amy had twice as much as Ben. So Ben is one box only. Amy is twice, three box. Next, Cindy had 128 more than Amy. So just duplicate whatever that we have for Amy, but then we need to extend it further by 128. So let's just make it a longer one, the longest. Okay. So this part over here, the extra is going to be 128. Okay, next line. If they had a total of 863, the total of these three person is going to be 863. How much money did Amy have? So we need to look for the Amy. Okay, Amy have three box over here. This is the part that we are supposed to look for. Okay, so first step, we just need to cancel out this 128 from the 863. Cancel this, minus it, find the difference, which is 735. This 735 is actually equals to the 7 equal boxes, okay, which is the 7 unit. Now we know 7 unit is equal to 735. Can we find 1 unit? Very good. Just divide by 7. Then we are going to get 105. Is 105 the answer for Amy? Nope. It's actually 105 is for Ben because Ben only have one box here, 1 unit. But Amy, we need to multiply it by 3 in order for us to get $315. That's the answer for Amy. Alright, so make sure you read the question carefully before answering it. Alright, next one, the last part that we are going to learn, which is the stacking model. Okay, a stacking model can be used together with the comparison model to show the information of two different quantities clearly. Alright, let's read the example here. Joyce paid $21 for 3 files and 2 whiteboard marker. The cost of a file was $2 more than the cost of a whiteboard marker. Find the cost of 2 whiteboard markers. Alright, so the first sentence here, $21 for 3 files and 2 whiteboard marker. So just label it 3 files and 2 marker, $21. Next, the cost of a file was $2 more than the cost of a whiteboard marker. So for each marker, we need to duplicate it so that we can extend it further for the file, which is $2 more. So let's just copy for the whole thing. The file is going to be the same amount as the marker, just that it have $2 extra. Now they are asking, find the cost of 2 whiteboard marker. So this part, only this part that we need to look for. So what should be our first step? Very good. $21. Okay, we need to exclude this. We need to remove all this extra. So this $2, we need to times it with 3 because we have 3 files. Then we got 6. Next, what do we need to do? 21 minus 6. Then we are going to get 15. $15 is actually equals to the 5 unit here. We have 5 box, remember? Okay, so now we know 15 is equals to 5 unit. How are we going to find? The 2 marker here. The 2 marker here is actually 2 unit. So we just need to divide first. 15 divided by 5. Then we are going to get 3. Next, we need to multiply it by 2 because we are looking for 2 whiteboard marker. So the 2 whiteboard marker cost 2 times 3 is going to be $6. That's the answer for this stacking model. Alright, let's try it out. Okay, Ian bought 4 files and a pencil case for a total of $28. The pencil case costs thrice as much as a file. Find the cost of a pencil case. Okay, so we have 2 items here. We have file and we have a pencil case. Let's draw this box first. We have file, and a pencil case. All of this is going to be total for $28. But then, the second sentence, the pencil case costs thrice as much as the file. So pencil case thrice, 3 box longer than the file. Next, we just duplicate whatever we have drawn here for the file. We extend it further. Okay, because we bought 4 files. Now, they are asking the cost of a pencil case. How much does the pencil case have? We need to draw Okay, this is what we are looking for, the first part. So what should we do? Very good. 28 we need to divide by 7 because we have 7 equal unit here, 7 equal box. 28 divided by 7, we are going to get $4. $4 is actually equals to 1 unit, which is for the file. But we are not looking for the file. We are looking for the pencil case. So for pencil case, it's actually 3 unit. So we need to times it with 3. So 4 times 3 is equals to 12. The cost of a pencil case was $12. That's for the first part. Now, let's continue to the second part, the total cost of 2 files and 2 pencil case. Since now we know the cost of 1 pencil case is 12, can we find for 2? Yes, we can just add another one, or we can just multiply it by 2, right? So 12 times 2 is going to be 24. This is for the 2 pencil cases. How about the 2 files? Yes, just now we know 1 file is equals to $4. So 4 times 2 is equals to 8. 2 file is equals to $8. The total of all this is going to be 24 plus 8, which is $32. So that's the answer for this question. Right? Next question. Jack paid $2,112 for a dining table and 4 chairs. The dining table costs 5 times as much as the 4 chairs. Find the cost of 1 chair. Okay? So, by reading the first sentence here, we can draw dining table and a 4 chairs. Okay? The dining table costs 5 times as much as the 4 chairs. So, we need to extend the table, the box for the table, which is 5 times as much as the 4 chairs. Okay, don't get confused with the 4 chairs. Doesn't mean we buy 4 chairs, we need to draw 4 boxes. We just need to draw 1 box is enough. Okay, now they are asking find the cost of 1 chair, right? This 2,112 we need to divide by how much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, it's equal to 6 unit. So we just need to divide 2,112 divided by 6. We are going to get $352. This is including the table and the chair. So, in order for us to find 1 chair only, what do we need to do? Yes, we need to divide further with 4. So, 88 divided by 4, we are going, 352, we need to divide by 4, which is going to be 88. So, the cost of 1 chair is equals to 88. Just now, 352 is the cost for 1 unit. One of these boxes is equals to 352. Alright, next question. Find the cost of the dining table. The dining table is actually 5 times as much as the 4 chairs. So for 1 unit, it's going to be 352. What if we have 5 units? Yes, just multiply it by 5. We are going to get 1,760 for the table. Right? So that's it from me. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.